finally time. Bother me. Get rid of the exclamation point first. Then we can go do the new story. Where's the quest log at?
You there, Abster?
What's up?
It's taking longer for Abby to react.
Hey, there's nothing to worry about. I'm just a little beat, that's all.
Turn up
Let's hear it.
voice volume.
Didn't the Sentinels say they're locked up in some kind of Well, how about I just fly up there and look for it? Easy as pie.
The tower is either too far to see, or it's totally covered by clouds. Otherwise, we would have seen some sign of it on the ground, in the shape you're in. Are you sure you could fly that far?
I don't know, we could just look for the cloud shape like a
Hey, come on.
tower, right?
It won't hurt to try. The Cliff and Eglet Tower.
Me. Turn that up. Take everything else down by like except for voice. Oh, we just are immediately introduced to Dracona, right? Excellent. I really hope I get Zanny and her weapon very quickly so I can pull for this character. No, hey, she's making that the leaf? Like a reed
Music
flute?
itself holds no emotion. It's the heart that grants it meaning. So, dear listener, tell me, what feelings did my piece evoke in you? Wow. A very valuable insight. Thank you. That brings me closer to completing my piece. Salutations, Rover. My name is Dracona, a wandering bard. I'm glad to have met you. I was sent by Lady Carlotta to find you. As I passed that abandoned house, I suddenly felt this, well, you know, rush of inspiration that just can't be ignored. So I stopped to compose a piece. Surprise, surprise, the melody led me right to you. Well, I suppose this won't count as me getting distracted, right?
If Carlotta asked you to find me, has something happened?
Lady Carlotta told me you encountered the supposed martyred maiden, Cartathea. She dispatched search teams soon after, but there's been no sign of Cartathea since. That's why she asked me to use my forte to recreate the frequency you experienced at the time, to see if any details you might have missed become clearer.
Recreate the frequency?
Well, it's a little tricky to explain in words. Think of it like being in an immersive portrait. Can you tell me about your meeting with Cartathea? The more details, the better. Even the smallest things count. Let's see here. Tweak a few notes here. Some emotions there. Textures. That should do it. Now then, Rover. Time for you to tune in to your memories.
Tune in to my memories. Does that mean I'm supposed to see the past from another perspective?
Laureate. Our tacit marks are glowing again. It appears there is a special connection between them. What is the meaning of this?
Someone used their resonance ability to help me relive this moment. But this seems unexpected.
How did you first come to notice me?
The Sentinel. Imperator's voice guided me to you.
You heard the Sentinel's voice? Then tell me, am I their resonator?
Well, Imperator called you the Lost, and Primus Fenrico claims you are the resonator for Leviathan, the Threnodian. But you really don't have any idea?
I've actually been searching for the answer to this question too. My memories are fragmented. I remember becoming a resonator, and the moment I was given the name Fleur-de-Lis. I also remember fighting something, but the details and the outcome of that battle are lost to me. You seem deeply concerned about the Sentinel. Tell me, why is that?
You rang? Whoa! Check it out! Our frequencies got split apart! Basically, we're sorta in that hover mode you once joked about. Nothing new to me, though.
This must be the frequency that's entangled within you. Is it some kind of echo? Yes. I'm experiencing a similar kind of frequency split. Though there is little that remains of my resonance powers. I feel its frequency weakening. I understand why you're eager to find the Sentinel. You said you heard the Sentinel's voice. Was there anything else they said?
They spoke of being ensnared in an inverted tower suspended in the sky.
Ensnared? Does that mean behind the seals there's... I'm sure you've noticed that I was drawn here only as a frequency. My true form currently resides inside an inverted sonorosphere, suspended high in the sky. At its center stands a tower, its gate locked by 3 seals. I've sensed a voice calling out to me from behind them. Could it be the Sentinel?
Say, it's really faint, so I barely noticed earlier. Is that a Threnodian smell I'm getting from you?
The scent of a Threnodian? You can perceive the Threnodian?
It's not an exact one-to-one with that big Ovathraxula meatball I had. But I never mix up a flavor I've already tasted.
Abby has a nose for these sort of things. We came across Threnodian powers before in Jinzhou. So, it's safe to say Abby can be trusted.
Do you think I'm the Threnodian's resonator?
If we're making assumptions, let's err on the optimistic side first. Given your current situation, it is possible you were affected by the Threnodian's powers during your battle alongside Imperator. That could be the reason behind losing all your power, too.
I take it this theory would benefit you as well. After all, that unique echo of yours needs the Sentinel's powers for treatment, does it not? Even in adventure tales, it's not always the witch who loses her memory. It could also be a blessed maiden, trying to regain her powers. In that case, it appears we share the same goal of finding the Sentinel.
Maybe I should learn how
Spending so
to
much time
mimic
alone in the
Grover's voice
sonorosphere
so I can
gave me plenty of time to consider
voice
countless
act the
possibilities.
options that are not voice acted.
I've braced myself for whatever may come until I find the answers I'm seeking.
I want to know what's going on with Imperator in that tower. And I want to speak with you in person. How can I reach your sonorosphere?
A part of the sonorosphere is actually on land, though its outer perimeter is surrounded by a barrier. I cannot leave, and no one can enter. I'm afraid that won't do. That barrier also acts as the power source that maintains the sonorosphere's integrity. If it's destroyed, the entire sphere will collapse. And the ruins, along with the tacit discords it houses, would come crashing down on Raguna. It would be catastrophic.
You said no one can get in. Has anyone tried?
Yes. I've occasionally sensed someone wandering outside the barrier, as if searching for a way inside. Perhaps they know something.
Any distinguishing features?
Almost like a deep-sea jellyfish. I wasn't able to get a clear look. I can only describe the feeling I got from her as a resonator. It would seem this resonance ability can only last for so long.
I'll look for a way to find this person you mentioned.
Something tells me you will keep your promise. No matter the outcome, this may be my chance to find the answers I've been looking for.
Rover? Rover? Oh, thank goodness. You're finally awake. How are you feeling? Any headache, tingling feet, upset
Thought you're trying to
stomach?
cross over the border.
Phew. I tried everything, but you just wouldn't wake up. I thought you were... Wait a second. Did you actually fall asleep listening to my music? Oh. It kind of breaks my heart to know you reacted like that when it wasn't even a lullaby.
No, it was really helpful.
Helpful for your sleeping troubles, hmm? Wow. So my forte created a special connection that led to some unexpected developments. The girl, is she friend or foe? What truths lie behind the seal, and who is that mysterious wandering figure? I have a feeling this is going to be a very exciting song. I'll pass this information on to Lady Carlotta. So, what do you plan to do next?
Kind of clownery getting ready to go on.
Pardon the intrusion,
Pardon the intrusion.
My name is Sebastian. As per Milady's instructions, I have been entrusted with the honor of inviting you to the Phasalia estate for a discussion.
The Phasalia family. The one that's likely worshipping the Why does she want to talk with me?
Milady has expressed a desire to clear up some unfortunate misunderstandings that occurred previously.
Tell her I accept the invitation, but at a later time.
I will convey your message to Milady.
I sound like Squilliam.
Didn't expect the head of the Phasalia family to come looking for you. Especially while they're still in the middle of negotiations with Lady Carlotta. She's just as unpredictable as the rumors say. I suppose you would want to know more about her before taking up her invitation, hmm? She's known to
That
be
could have been a
recluse
voice line.
and rarely makes public appearances. No one outside the family even knows her real name. They just call her the head of the Phasalia family. I've heard quite a few rumors. Which one would you like to hear first? I have Shadow of the Ancient, Lady Bane, or maybe Entangler of Hearts.
They all sound like clickbait titles to me. True.
Hello, that's why they're called rumors. I'm just doing my due diligence by being faithful to the source material. So, ready to dive right in? Well, long story short, the Phasalia family was one of the first to set foot on these islands and establish order in Renacita. Their lineage even predates the Order of the Deep, and their craft of extracting toxins from aquatic plants is a legacy passed down through generations. Word is, they select the new head of household by having candidates ingest each other's poisons and wait to see who's still breathing when it's all over. Stories about the current head of the Phasalias get even wilder. They say she didn't go through the usual selection process. Instead, she took the throne by poisoning her predecessor. Others say she's a master in the art of manipulation, drowning her victims in hallucinations until they agree to her terms without even realizing it. In any case, the Phasalia family aside, she's someone you definitely want to handle with care. If you're set on meeting her, I'd be extra careful if I were you.
The way she describes the head of Phasalia reminds me of how Cardathea spoke about the wandering figure by the barrier. I can't rule out the possibility that they're the same person. Looks like I'll need to pay her a visit.
Is Touch the cat? I don't think so. That quick travel point was there always.
Hello. I received Chacona's memo. To think the head of the Phasalias approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Phasalias try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information and the person Cardathea mentioned to you. I'll call you as soon as I find anything.
Got it.
Now, if you'll please just follow me. One moment, please. I shall inform milady of your arrival.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting would be most improper. Especially when it was I who extended the
That was a
invitation.
completely necessary camera angle.
Cantarella Phasalia, 36th matriarch of the Phasalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Honorable Laureate, the new crown of the Carnival. The laurel is a gift of the divinity. What claim have I to crown one as distinguished as yourself? I should be the one to apologize for not understanding our guest's attempt at lightening the mood. Very well. You may also call me Cantarella. Now, shall we proceed to my study?
Yeah, but for the treasure, so. Cat. Oh.
Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto. Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. Every sorrow has its own way of fading, don't you think? You still hold a grudge. Won't you accept my apology?
I'm not gonna throw away tea. Big tea drinkers here.
This tea, is it from Jinjo?
I invited you here to ask that you might serve as a mediator.
Before we get into that, there's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Phasalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is beyond saving. But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Raguna? So you've noticed something is amiss? As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion firsthand. And what exactly do you find most unsettling?
Why haven't the Thenodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodians' invasion of Raguna has long since concluded. The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge and assimilate. It uses distorted beliefs to spread a spiritual plague that slowly devours civilizations from within. Though the previous 2 attempts were thwarted, the tall mast of the galleon that is Raguna has already been snapped in half. Now the blissfully ignorant masses walk hand in hand toward an abyss they cannot see. Friend or foe? As a newcomer to this land, can you really tell them apart?
These could have been voice acted, though.
Yes. And no. On one hand, there's the truth of the Order's beliefs. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whispers. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. Now that we've come this far, there's nothing for me to hide. My only hope is that once you learn everything, you will carefully consider my request. Come, the truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that
I've
statue.
said all this time that it looks
It
like a cell
represents
gate.
the unbroken
These are
friendship between
known
the
for luring
Thessalius
people
and the
out of the
Order. But in the eyes of outsiders, it is more a symbol of...
The aroma from these plants. It's the same scent that was in the study.
These are violacas. They produce a unique fragrance, wouldn't you say? Violacas are a vital ingredient for our elixirs. It even has a soothing effect on it. This is it.
Playing the lore down
Are
game.
you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave, even if you want to.
Alright, you coming with me? Now, are we getting the Arrow Rover immediately?
Just as I expected, the Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in the sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form. A majestic steed that galloped with the wind, not a creature of the ocean's depths. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian. Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita, to save Imperator. In return, I will agree to whatever condition or request you make. I understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order. Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you for the remainder of your time in Rinasita. I can offer you a glimpse into Rinasita's past, and you'd be spared the Order's unwelcome attention.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you've described, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Sentinel's resonator and later save Renacida. Do you think that's also a lie?
Care to elaborate? The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact. That's because Imperator wields the power to split and manipulate space. With it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's own. This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the very powers of the Sentinel, and the artifact used to select their resonator. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel. Only the Chosen One may hope to draw it.
Then, what about Cardathea?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her resonance is unclear to me. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, or perhaps with the Sentinel in its corrupted form. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel's will. That's because the maiden was already dead. In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the Divine Trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers, while overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, some saw fragments of the truth hidden within the resonance. I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted form and the inverted ruins suspended in the sky. I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that sonorosphere. When I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were, "The maiden is dead."
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. Her and Cardathea's descriptions bear many similarities. If Turvin is the key to entering the sonorosphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinchi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening? If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
By all means. Rover, who are you really? The Sentinel's arbiter?
That could have been a
Well,
line.
I have some information and theories of my own. Care to hear them?
Please, enlighten me.
Black screen, white text.
I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be alive. What surprises me even more is the connection you have with the Sentinel. We Thessalians revere Imperator as our one true divinity, and yet
Oh, got the mask back
here
on.
you stand, the arbiter of the Sentinel. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master? Then I present my request once more. Are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Renacita back from the brink of chaos? Turvin can only serve its purpose while in your hands. You should have it.
The only question now is how we reach Cardathia and Imperator's Sonorosphere.
We can discuss it on the way.
So you're the one that Cardathia sensed wandering outside the Sonorosphere?
Gonna take the mask off.
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking? Although being described as a jellyfish. There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Thessalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorosphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lift.
Excellent. How do I turn off the mask? It reset but didn't reset?
Why do the Thessalias have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonorosphere?
Before it became a Sonorosphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden once pursued her studies there. A superficial harmony needed to be maintained between the Thessalias and the Order, and this underground cable car was intended to send scions of the family to school. The elevator is merely a later addition I had built for easy access.
Nothing else really here.
You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they
I hope I
meet.
can open up a map.
Our choices
where I'm
and
going.
our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic, obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor? Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong's states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual? Well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet. We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the Sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here. Strange. This area was clear of tacit discords on my last visit. And there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the Sonorosphere itself? Silence. Hey? Crash
I
forth.
didn't think there would be Golpus here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind sparing a few for me? The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trials and was crowned by the Order. A day when the leaf burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, The dark tide that should have spread across Rinasita vanished along with it. Yet due to a lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it unfold from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Tervin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the Sonorosphere's interior.
Sounds like someone inside the seminary did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been Cartathia's doing, but, as with the first time, there's also the chance it was the Sentinel who turned the tide. I can sense the conflict within you, the temptation to trust your maiden. But it's best to keep those thoughts to yourself, for now. For the Threnodian knows where the heart is weakest, and it is there it strikes the hardest. The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me, Tervin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere. And who can wield the Sword of Divinity but a Blessed Maiden?
But you said you left yourself a message saying that the maiden was dead.
That's why I sought aid from the other Sentinels. It's a shame they all refused. Luckily, you've brought me a new hope.
This certainly looks important, but there's nothing down here.
Laureate, you have come. Greetings. I'm Cartathea, and you are?
Cantarella Phasalia.
Oh, a Phasalia. It seems your ties with the Order are more complicated than they appear.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day. But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. I've been searching for answers. This must be the sword of divinity. Turvin. The one with the Sentinel's powers sealed within.
You shouldn't have knowledge of this sword.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere, granting me information about the sword's origins.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted glimpses of its knowledge.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? The question of whose resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's resonator, then that must mean...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the Thermodian's resonator, nor that you aid its cause.
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Thermodian, the second Dark Tide, and the forming of this Sonorosphere.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day. You really don't remember anything?
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. There are two other swords. The Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. Yes. Did you see them too? Placing the three swords on their respective pedestals should break the seal over the main tower. But why would this information be revealed to me now? Is this the Thermodian's doing?
If we do nothing, we'll never get any answers. Instead of speculating, we should use the clues we've gathered so far.
Lady Maiden.
Please, Cartathea would suffice. I am but a fake after all.
I've waited for this moment. This chance to save the Sentinel. And my family. I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap. If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step aside. Rover and I will take care of this matter.
Since you are willing to overlook the possibilities of a trap, then there's no reason for me to worry and turn away. I underestimated your resolve. I'm sorry. Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind me, and this tower will elevate itself.
What you said to Cartathea back there.
Rather effective on someone of her personality.
Are you all right? The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite of what you're used to. It took me some time to get used to it too. I believe it's to prevent them from falling to the ground. Tacit discords, the dark tide, and these ruins themselves.
I imagine it's also a symbolic reminder that our beliefs have been turned on their head. This view matches with what I saw at the time.
Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest we travel via phone. It's the name I gave to a gondola.
Anything else going on in this room? Very, very crumbling Farum Azul. Okay. Okie dokie. This is Cantarella Ascension. I keep showing me Turban, isn't it?
This gondola only has 2 seats.
Oh dear, I completely forgot about this.
Greed will get you punished, you know.
I'm afraid Foam would refuse.
The 2 of you can...
You look distracted. Still thinking about what Cantarella said about fearing answers.
My powers are very weak, and many tacit discords roam the Sonorosphere. Thus, I've been limited in the areas I can explore. all I can do is sit here, lost in thought, trying to figure out who I am.
Are you afraid of knowing the answer?
I am. We'll be arriving at the first water rise soon. A few details, if you don't mind.
Feeling nervous?
Of course. The last time I tried to pass it like this...
Of course.
Where were my manners? I can assure you that won't happen again. As for the rest of the way, I see it clearly now. Vines, over there. And that statue.
I can feel strong remnant energy coming from it.
The Order's remnant spark must be inside the statue. Legends speak of how the first Primus used it to purify the first Dark Tide. I see now. The lingering remnants of the Dark Tide must be trapping the spark. To release it, we'll need to clear away the remaining remnants binding it. Once we have the remnant spark, we can use it to burn through the vines.
If the Thenodian created the Dark Tide, maybe Abby can absorb it.
Abby is still unwell. Perhaps we shouldn't burden it further. More Dark Tide remnants. Good thing there isn't much. Leave it to me. Don't worry. This much I can still handle.
I see. I don't actually carry it over there. Throw it. Okay.
The
Rumbles.
vines are remnants of the Dark Tide.
True.
Foe won't be able to cross through them. Let's disembark here and find a way to clear the path.
A treasure chest.
Remnants of the past. Wind, guide me.
Horse die.
This calibrator seems to be operational. One moment. That should do it. Why don't you give it a try?
Oh, there's a lot more to that.
It's turning. Rotate the gravity calibrator to change the direction of the gravity's pull.
It rotated.
If we use this, we should be able to reach areas we previously couldn't.
Okay. Gotta get in this fight first.
Leave it to me. Sounds come forth.
Brood?
Moment of resonance. Strike from the shadows.
Hurry. We need to purify the other statues before the Dark Tide's corruption returns. Sounds like Foam's getting impatient. Let's head back.
Leave it to me. The hour is upon us.
That guy just fell off the edge and died. Oh, no, he's back.
I sense your weakness.
Can we not, like, jump off the edge so you reset your health bars?
No hesitation.
That's aggravating.
Strike from the shadows. An unexpected discovery. Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
Yeah, you've helped a lot. Don't worry about that for now. Another water rise is coming up. You planning to hold on to something?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Wind, guide me.
Yeah, but what's over here? Chill, bro. I see. I have to go back? Okay. They were not happy that I was trying to explore. Not happy at all.
Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
Yeah, you've helped a lot. Another water rise is coming up. You planning to hold on to something?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Wind, guide me. Remnants of the past. By the way, you said the inverted gravity is to stop the dark tide from descending into the city. But all we've seen so far are just its remnants.
And that's because this very waterway we're sailing on used to be the dark tide itself. In these waters, gravity isn't the only thing that's inverted. Its very essence is too. Obstacles ahead. Let's get off here. There it is, up there. But judging by the distance, we'd be hard-pressed to make it back in time.
Can you use your ability from somewhere in between to clear them all at once?
I might not have that range. But there may be tacitite devices nearby that can help amplify my forte. Let's see if we can find one. That's it. A tacitite device.
Leave it to me. No hesitation. sense your weakness. The end has come.
This should do the trick.
Strike from the shadows. Leave it to me. The hour is upon us. You okay?
Just catching my breath. You go get the remnant spark. Up ahead is the Tower of Salvation. That's where the first pedestal is located.
Tower of Salvation.
Yes, a name taken from the Order's Codex.
Cherish every gain.
I'd rather know I'm a villain than remain a wanderer, lost in a world without understanding. To live with no memory of the past. Would it be so different from choosing to end it all? I must find the answer. Only then will I know how to face the memories I still carry. As for you, if I really am...
I can take care of myself. If it comes to that, I'll still remember the girl who cared enough to worry about me.
I should go back for Cantarella. Will you wait here for us?
Of course.
I hope you won't mind the extra trip, Foam.
Rumbles.
I saw signs of battle along the way. Is anyone injured? You're not hiding anything from me?
Your smile is rather concerning.
Oh, I insist. Here, take this.
Advanced nutrient block. Excellent. back to the door.
There's no knowing what will happen once Turvin is placed on the pedestal. We prepare ourselves.
No longer shall you bear these thorns as a reminder. Forged from primordial seas, this crown shall grant a new identity. Fleur-de-Lis, child of divinity, the Immaculate One. Will you uphold the sacred teachings of the Order of the Deep?
I will.
Salvation, unity, ascension. Of these three doctrines, which do you choose?
I choose salvation. I wish to be the Master's blade, striking evil, upholding virtue, and offering salvation to those in peril.
In the name of divinity, I bestow upon you this crown. May the blood of justice never run dry. Through this sacred rite, you become the bridge between the heavens and the living. From this day forward, you shall be the Master's sole receiver and herald. Rise, blessed maiden Fleur-de-Lis. None but the Master shall ever have the right to command you to bend the knee.
I told ya to stop sticking random stuff in here! Do you have any idea how messed up and humongous that frequency was? It's gonna give me indigestion! I should ask you that. What did you do just now, huh? I was dozing when BAM! Out of nowhere, a giant blue ball landed on top of me. It almost squished me.
I'm guessing putting Turvin on the pedestal had something to do with it?
Oh, hey! It smells just as unnatural as that big gigantor back in Jinjo.
The Sentinel of Jinjo. If what our little echo friend says is true, then the frequency that entered your tacit mark could be Imperator's powers.
Huh? But the Sentinel isn't even here.
The power to split and manipulate space.
It is reminiscent of the moment of Turvin's creation. Only this time the place of confinement has become your tacit mark.
Why would it do that?
I believe it was meant for the true maiden. Under the right circumstances, the one to wield this sword and enter the Sonorosphere would be the Sentinel's resonator, the Blessed Maiden. The Sentinel entrusted their power to the Resonator so that she could lend assistance when the corruption of the Threnodian altered them. Quite logical, isn't it?
You don't seem too thrilled about it.
If Imperator set this in motion, then their original plan has already failed. Cardathia, that means your guidance holds the key now.
But
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Is there anything else you remember?
I just remembered the day I was crowned by the Order. And the moment the dark tide descended upon us.
That could have been voiced.
But I didn't see the dark tide.
That is all I can remember.
Is that what you saw?
You witnessed it as well, Cantrella.
No. I only saw fragmented, blurry images. They seemed to belong to other places within the sonorosphere. I believe this is where we should rest. We'll wait until sunrise.
I'm gonna hit the sack as well. Boy, it's so cramped in here.
Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Is it true that the Phasalia family was one of the factions that started the conflict in that stained glass?
The leader of one such faction, to be exact. That was a long time ago. After their defeat, the Union was disbanded under immense pressure, and the Phasalius gradually
Is this why you had no choice but to publicly change your beliefs?
No. The reasons for the Phasalia family relinquishing their...
What do you mean?
Long ago, Turvin was actually given to the Phasalia family by the first Primus. When the conflict had settled, he arranged a private meeting with the head of the family to He told the Phasalias that when he traveled through the first dark tide and reached the heavenly voices he heard were not revelations from the divinity, but the seductive whisper. As I told you before, Leviathan is a Threnodian who uses... The Sentinel realized the Threnodian's plots, and thus the first dark tide was launched as a hasty reaping of Raguna and the scent to save Raguna from the grim fate brought by the dark tide. This power allowed him to imbue the echoes with the strength to repel the tacit...
And this power was released through the lantern to pick...
Yes. The other part, it was in that very moment, when the Sentinel's power had been weakened.
If what you're saying is true, the first did the spiritual plague you mentioned...
Although the Primus's body remained whole, his soul was torn apart. The Sentinel's power failed to shield the Primus from the Threnodian's influence. In the end, during that private meeting,
So that's why he passed.
The Phasalia family was powerless against the Order at that time. Our only recourse was to Now what could you possibly...
You were pretty harsh on Cardathia.
Before I learned of those record secrets, I had only seen her from a... While I would be willing to believe she's... The more I allow myself to cling to such thoughts, the more It's only then I can be certain these thoughts are my own. And not... Now what could you possibly... A trivial experiment. Yet after trying for so long, all we...
I don't think she wants to continue this conversation.
Now what could you possibly...
Are you going to search those?
The more clues, the better. Oh, and afraid I've slipped something extra.
I'm just curious why the matriarch of the facility.
Food is always an easy target for those who.
Homemade panini. Dude, a panini is insane, actually. Gonna make a panini tomorrow.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can. It is paradise.
I take it you don't mean that in a good way.
It is a place where sickness, hunger, sorrow, despair, and from a literal standpoint, this line describes the Dark Tide perfect. In the beginning, the Dark Tide would claim only the areas it touched, assimilating all life as its van. The dead, they would grow mouths and sing hymns, day and night. They didn't need eyes or ears, for their even those who did not believe were drawn irresistibly to the Leviathans. When a soul is corrupted to its core, it will sing hymns without end on its sleepless journey to merge with the Dark Tide. And when every faithful soul has returned to paradise, the land, the final act of the Dark Tide is...
Is this the future you saw?
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you. That was its name before it became a... This seminary built on an island was not just a place of learning, but also a sanctuary for raising dragonite.
What did they teach?
The Order scriptures, geography, history.
Shouldn't a seminary focus more?
This was a seminary reserved only for resonators. Besides, the doctrine of salvation emphasized. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you the Sword of Discord, Hogness, and the Sword of Virtue. I can't remember, but as for Haltier, and how did it end up being one of the...
Perhaps we'll know once we find it.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can It's... You should get some rest.
The what of the Hui? Oh, I got a new daily quest. I understand. That was actually something important.
You mean besides being squashed behind that blue thing? Yeah, I guess. Listen, I figured something out about that frequency. It's not a single frequency. It's like it's mixed up with something else, which is why it's so hard to get a good bite. To see if it was a threat. I can now say with certainty, but since it's a crumbly mess, other than
we might encounter something similar at the... Keep an eye on this for me, will
do.
I thought I'd slip away quietly and avoid any fuss. But now,
welcome.
here I am doing
Follow.
you. Since you're all here, how about a morning stroll? Rush forth in fury. They're a lot feistier than before.
Okay, there's more.
Need help?
I think I'm doing alright.
Silence. Hey.
How are you doing?
Well, this
It's
is
all right.
where
You're here for the Sentinel.
I'm
Why would you leave now?
what
working
I saw
through
yesterday
to
caught
fix
my...
my
And besides,
schedule.
I'd rather not.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Works better for me. A little
Such
tired.
concern
Other than that, I'm
for
good.
me. I do hope to see the fruits of your labor when I return. Mind if I take Turvin?
Go ahead. It's no use now that it's out of the pedestal. Its energy.
It may still come in handy.
Good to hear.
I'll add you in my terminal. Call me if you need help.
I just might ring you up once things.
That's out. I mean, Zanny, I'm saving for. I will forfeit all mortal possessions for Zanny. But
I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future.
Carlotta's also
leaving
really.
the past behind.
I really like Carlotta. I'm big excited for
If
Zanny.
only I could still fight.
Everyone's doing their part. Don't worry. Nobody's perfect.
There's so much loot I could be being railroaded by this story.
The waterway up ahead is completely blocked.
That garden once housed dragon echoes. Now there's nothing left but tacit discords.
Yeah, I mean, I am extremely tempted to pull, like, because like every character that they've come out with since 2.0 has been like.
Be here somewhere. This is where the Acolytes used to be tested. Perhaps that's.
I really want them.
You don't remember from your exams?
As the Blessed Maiden.
But must hold strong.
Sounds like they're talking about one of the 3 major belief systems. I don't remember the pieces being spread out like this. Maybe we could find a way to move them.
Let's give it a try. We still need to rebuild. There's no point in fighting Hogness if we can't. At that distance, we should take a wing ray.
Conveniently, there's a wing ray right here.
Don't go falling off. Wind, guide me.
Okay, not gonna wake up. I don't have that much saved right now. I have a decent chunk, but I just have to get. I have to. I was gonna pull for Brant, but I was like, surely they're going to announce Zanny soon. And I was right.
That one. It isn't supposed to be here. There's a gravity calibrator up ahead.
Okay.
Cardathea, grab on tight.
Huh?
Yeah, I really like Brant, but just couldn't do it. I had to save. Thing is like I keep getting baited. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play this character. They look so
I will
cool.
be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future.
And then that character ends up being
Fine day.
some sort of Spectro carry
Understood.
or some sort of Spectro support.
May I pray for anything specific?
And Zanny's Spectro Gauntlet character. So I
That's our goal.
Why?
Right there. But how do we move?
why did they do this to me? Stop making cool Spectro characters.
Help me guide the wing ray to the top of the statue.
Of course. But
Casting a plunging attack above the hilt platform. Sure.
Is this really okay?
Saves us the trouble of finding some trigger mechanism.
Bro, is there any loot over here? And what's gonna go back?
Wind, guide me.
I am from the Midwest of America. It is 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. Dragons?
Are these the so-called dragons?
And is that a problem?
Yeah, the last one was bigger.
Which last one?
Ganem. Ever heard of it?
It's Hogness. There's a gravity
It's like a
calibrator
mild,
behind the collapsed wall we just passed.
like a
We can use
mild
it
Southern
to
accent
reorientate ourselves.
for Midwestern America.
The remnant spark should be able to incinerate the thorns on the left.
Okay.
You can let go now. How are you feeling?
So soft, so cuddly. I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah, not quite. This other one here. Hello? Press T, please.
An unexpected discovery.
I'm a big fan of accent. I like them. I think they're fun. Treasure chest. Don't mind if I do.
Cherish every gain. Wind, guide me.
Overshot.
It's stuck on the pedestal.
Wish we were better at doing, like, actually
The
doing
waterway is
accents.
Still incomplete. We have to look elsewhere.
AKA, maybe I get into voice acting. That would be fun. An excuse to practice
Identical to the
accent.
last statue. Same as before. I'll handle it.
Hey, can I just go goop around with this? Yeah, I doubt that will ever happen. It'd be a fun, like, mental experiment, I guess. Just I wouldn't mind doing it for fun. So, fight these. Have to go over here for do it all once. It would be fun to do. I don't think I would do it professionally.
Leave it to me.
Oh, one of the dragons is over in the corner. There we go.
I sense your weakness. No hesitation.
Okay. Just showing it.
One more
Road.
time. Strike in the shadows. The end has come.
Yeah. Really, the most obvious benefit would be any time I needed to make up a goofy voice for like a character in a tabletop game that I'm playing. That would be the most important use of it.
Don't push yourself too hard.
It's okay. I'm just doing my part.
Oh, okay. We're flying. We're schmoving. Moving and grooving.
We're still missing an area. But where?
Over there.
I just think rats are cute.
That might be too high for the wing ray.
Same as before.
And getting a face cam is entirely too much work.
Just a bit more.
I'll handle this bit. You rest. You've done well. Let's see if I can get a feel for how strong the gravitational forces are.
All right.
Leave it to me. Strike from the shadows.
Yeah, come over here, please.
The end has come.
Yeah, I had pet rats when I was like a kid.
No hesitation.
And I've just I have moved too much for them to really like be something. I don't have pets right now. Mostly because like I've changed locations so many times in the past like 10 years. Oh, it is. I kind of want to get some more. My parents have all the animals I could ever want. So I've
Cherish
got
every gain.
now wait, hold on. How do I get this treasure chest? My parents live out on a farm. So we've got like stray cats that come in. We just kind of adopt. We didn't have cows when I was growing up, but we still have chickens.
Cardathea?
Still have the chicken. Oh, treasure chest.
I'm ready.
Remnants of the past.
They were not. I did not like were living on a farm growing up. Just go to school. Sometimes we would have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, go feed the cows, home from school, take care of the chickens, take care of the cows, work in the garden. Then I got to play video games. Yeah, as a kid, it's not great because you don't have the choice of doing it. I hated it. But when you're older, kind of just like, man, I hate being on a computer constantly. I'm gonna go out and do stuff. And having the choice of being like, yeah, I'm gonna go like work in a garden or something is a lot more tolerable than just being like, no, you can't play video games. You need to go muck around in the dirt for 3 hours, please.
Moment of resonance.
Not that bad now, though. So I moved back in close to my parents because my grandfather is getting older, so I'm close enough to them now where I can go like visit them, like pretty consistent. So I'll go, help out and do that kind of stuff.
I sense your weakness.
But it is certainly nowhere near as like painful for me to go like be on the farm again. I'm in the city. My parents are out on the outskirts. But it is I did live on the East Coast of the United States for about 10 years. And visiting parents, it was an 11-hour trip back home. So it's like a short car ride.
It's been a long time
of like
since
30
I saw
minutes
this
away from
place
them.
as it was meant. So beautiful.
Do you want to stop for a while?
No, we have more important.
Let's check back on Hogness now.
Yeah. It's said mostly because I worked in I was a back-end programmer for all of that time. So there's nothing here, is there? Nope. And then like back in not too long ago, like everybody else in that field, I got cut. I got laid off, so I was like, well, that means I'm gonna move back home so I don't have to spend money. So I'm
an unexpected discovery.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of whatever. Sucks. I would like to keep working in that field, but
Let me remove the
so
sword. At least you
so
won't
would
come to
like
harm if it's a trap.
25% of the work populace that all lost their jobs at the same time I did. So
We'll do it together.
But
If it's a trap, we stand a better chance together.
it is what it is. Give me an excuse to move back home. My grandfather is 87. I could spend some more time with him, which is nice. And I'll either eventually get back into being a programmer or no. It's just I don't know how in tune you are with the tech aspects of stuff right now, but it's like I said, about 25% of the people that were in my field started being laid off at the start of 2024. So over the last like year and some change, like a lot of people that I know, including me, have been laid off. So
How does it feel to trust me?
it feels good.
Yeah.
Why
So
don't you
the
call for a
field
neighbor?
itself looks
Like this.
is pretty volatile right now.
Here goes.
So
Foam heard you. Come on.
unfortunate, but I am much more fortunate than most because
The
like
way you
they
were when you saw the plushy echo. It was unexpected. I think the martyrdom of the blessed.
it was just something that's like
rewrite.
my
What's
grandfather is being taken care of by my parents anyway, so he lives with
A
them.
play about you.
So
by
I just
Cristoforo
moved
the
into his
playwright.
old house. It was in the city.
that? How did he betray
And-
me?
I would rather hear the joyous songs of the masses than any
So I'm taking care of his
solemn hymn
house. I
remembrance.
keep it.
Perhaps the sentinel.
I'm
hears
working
the
on it
same.
right now to just kind of like
I'd
make it
never
not
say that.
as ancient,
In the
I
end,
guess.
No matter
It's got a
what
lot of work
anyone
that
else
needs
says,
done.
as long as you stay true to yourself.
And I go and visit
be
them whenever I get my chance.
Doesn't
So,
matter if it's
like
the
I said,
Trinodian
it's a
or the
lot worse
Sentinel.
for a lot more people.
They don't get to change
I
who
was
you
very
are.
fortunate. And like I said, I don't know if I'll necessarily go back into the field because I've been in there 10 years. And it's just I don't know. That corporate speed is not quite my style. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I've toyed around with a lot of stuff.
What you said back there. Thank you.
I've done some self-teaching for things like Godot and Unreal Engine just to try and play around with like making my own stuff, but I'm not really the type of person that's like good at creating like a big oversight of something and then like executing on it. I'm much better at like rolling along with I'm not the guy who makes the plan, I should say.
Fleur-de-Lis, my resonator, why dost thou persist?
But
Why abandon
don't know.
thy oath? Why
Don't know.
hinder the spread of my gospel?
You are a false divinity. Gehenna will reveal the truth.
Gehenna, the lone dragon to have escaped. The one blessed by the dark tide shall return to us. Continue thy disobedience at the risk of insanity. Look around. Thou hast
I don't know.
none
Like I
left.
said, I'd like to find a way to do my own
My
stuff.
most beloved resonator. Why
But
persist in the error
right now
of thy
I'm
ways?
really kind of just enjoying the fact that
I will never forget my
I
cause.
can be home
If
around my
divinity
family
takes
and
up arms against the innocent,
spend
I will
time with
raise
them.
my sword against divinity. With the support and hope of countless souls, I
So,
stand
I
before
mean-
you.
Eventually,
They fell, so I may rise.
I'd like to do stuff. Maybe I'll set up a chicken cam for stream, you know? We still got chickens.
You saw that too. Gehenna, the one you mentioned earlier. What happened to him? Thank you. Anna, Casatomo, Olnat.
Yeah, I mean, if I could find a way to like do something that I enjoy, like
I am finally
do enjoy
finally
coding,
able to face all of you.
but
I am
I've
not
only
your
ever
enemy,
associated it with like
and your
big
sacrifices
corporate
were not
like
in
tech
vain.
companies that I've been in. So that's really ground down my will.
Hey, Rover, Just now there was...
Shh. Later.
But
Someone needs a quiet moment.
for now, we vibe.
Sorry you had to see me lose my composure. I found my true self again. It doesn't matter if I am indeed the Threnodian's resonator. Because I know who to stand by and who to cut down. Some of my memories have returned, thanks to you and Cantarella.
Yeah, I
Feeling better?
just do what we
No.
can.
Not yet. Not until we
And,
free the Sentinel and defeat the Threnodian. That
you
is
know,
why we need to investigate the frequency.
maybe
you
I'll
absorbed
maybe I'll
earlier.
get back into it. Maybe I'll find something that I want to do myself.
My turn to shine.
And you know, if I can turn that into some form of,
That blue thingy in your tacit mark totally tastes like Threnodian.
if I can make money off of it, then we will. If I can't, then oh well.
Of course not. It reeks. Just the smell alone is enough. Like I said, it's mixed up with something. It's too tough to chew.
If the Sentinel splits their own energy to prepare the true Blessed Maiden,
But for now, I
then
just
why would they
you know,
split off the
I'm
Threnodian's
awake.
energy and then channel it through Hogness
What,
to the person who unsealed the
I started the stream at like 3:30 in the morning,
Possibly.
and we just play games.
But the Threnodian's energy would damage the body of the
Hey,
Sentinel's
thanks.
resonator.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
You wouldn't be affected, since Abby resides within you. But surely, a second frequency would interfere with the resonance of the Sentinel's true Blessed Maiden.
The answers might lie in the other frequencies that got mixed in.
Late and or early,
The
kind of depends
answer
on your
might lie
perspective.
behind the third sealed passageway.
Late for me, because once again, I am
Cardiffia is starting to make sense of things. But
what I guess
she'll need
is
time to get her
colloquially
head
known
straight.
as a night owl. I like to
Same
stay
as
up late.
before? We'll keep watch tonight and continue our journey tomorrow.
Of course.
So I'll probably be up for another few hours before going to bed.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
3 p.m. So you're almost a full 12 hours ahead of me.
Dragon Tacit Discords lived
That put
here
you at?
long before the Renacita settlers arrived. With time and patience, the Order tamed
I think
them
of
into
where in the
echoes.
globe did that put you?
They are fiercely intelligent and have their own social order. Gehinnom was their king. and
Same
the only
timeline
one they
area
believed
as
could
like
lift the siege of the Dark Tide. We hoped he would bring us the truth,
Australia,
but it seems he
Zealand,
failed.
like 11 hours ahead of me. Asia, yeah, I figured somewhere in Asia.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I am a resonator born of the merge between the Sentinel and Threnodian. So, who do I belong to the Threnodian? Juhe's resonator
Sri
sounds
Lanka.
like a woman
Okay.
of strong I would like to meet her someday. Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, I've
I need to
certainly
clear my
I've
mind.
heard
I
of
should
it.
Get some rest.
Delicious pizza classic. What?
It's late.
Game, there's an option to, but I don't. You didn't tell me this. I didn't bring any pizza with me. That's unfair. Can I go get a pizza right now? Yeah, it is. We're in the start of spring here, or well, like 2 weeks into spring here, and have a teleporty thing here? I do. Okay, more important than anything, I have to go get a pizza. Like right now. It is... What is the temperature right now? Like 60 degrees Fahrenheit? Which is... Oh wait, no, it got really cold out right now. Holy, it's 30. Means it's just under 0, right, for Celsius. Yeah, it'd be like not quite -1 Celsius. It was something like 20 C yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon. Nah, we didn't have all of our like precipitation happened the last week, which is why it's probably so cold right now. Is it because it just rained like...
Welcome to Margarita's. Your pizza will be hot and fresh in no time.
Buy that pizza. All right, can I go feed this pizza to the thing? We do get snow often. Well, I shouldn't say often. It is common enough from where I'm at, but it's not like we've had like we've had winters where it snows like one time in all of winter.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
Do this again.
I am a resonator.
Yeah,
born of the marriage
36
between
C.
the Sentinel and Threnodian. So, whose
What is that, like
resonator
90?
am I?
Almost Fahrenheit,
Do I
maybe?
belong to the Threnodian? Juhe's I would like to meet her someday. Is there anything you'd like to discuss? Dragon
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
They are Gehinnom.
What
We
is-
hoped he would bring us the truth. Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I need to clear my... You should get some rest. But
Yes.
Is this what people eat?
I see you are a Raganese.
Huh?
You're not gonna eat it?
No, I am grateful for your kindness. But how else would I have been able to last for so long in the Sonorosphere?
Yeah, that's
You should
in the
say
area
this
that
to
I'm
your
in
council.
right now.
Truly appreciates
It has done nothing but rain for the last like 10 days. To the point where like not too terribly far from here, there is a place called Louisville, Kentucky, and they are like insanely flooded right now. Like it's one of the major cities in like the like an international shipping port, all this other stuff. Like a lot of flights come in off of it. It's like a big UPS hub, or yeah, UPS hub. I mostly, I guess they are. I do not live in that area, but I have seen pictures. I have friends that live there, and it's like bad. Like major sections of the city just shut down entirely. So fortunately, I think it has mostly let up for rain. I don't think we're supposed to get any more rain for the week, so game want to tell me how I called Cantarella?
Wind, guide me.
Good evening. How goes progress on your end? So, a portion of energy was split from the Threnodian.
Do you trust Gerthia now?
Yeah, whenever I lived
The soul is like a boiling cauldron.
on the East Coast,
You may know the
it would
ingredients
just
you add, but who can
it would be
predict what will
rare that
come
we
of it?
didn't get rain
It might
in the day at
become
some
an
point in time, but it
elixir,
was always just
or perhaps a poison.
that's just because I
Or
lived literally
perhaps
like
it will simply fizzle away into
2
nothing.
miles away from the ocean.
I've watched it
So we would
happen
just get
far too
rain,
many times.
and it would just get hot and clear up
One must
and dry out.
never grow
Like,
complacent.
So, any updates
you
on
just,
your
I
end?
kind of just got used to just getting rained
I
on,
found
like at least once a
several
day.
things which may tip the scales in our favor.
Such as...
It would take too long to explain. And I will be there when you're
But we would have like
What? My eyes are still peeled. Nope. Nada. Zilch.
Rainy mornings or afternoons, and then be like, well, it's like
I can't
104
shake the
degrees
feeling
outside,
that
so
the two frequencies are somehow connected.
Imperator has the power to split energy, and Leviathan to merge and assimilate. So, the source of
prefer
that
the weather
connection
when I
might
was on the
very well
coast,
be Leviathan's powers at
mostly
work.
because
Yeah,
moving back to the
could
Midwest,
be.
now I had to deal with tornadoes more. Just
Isn't there
not
one
great,
last place to
but
go? Who knows what you'll need to cram
hurricanes
into
were
your
never really that
Typhon
bad
next.
to me. Oh yeah.
Is that Cardathea?
We got hit pretty often. Because I mean, it's just that we would get hurricanes like all the time. So, and they would mostly stop like when it hit South Carolina. I used to live in North Carolina. And mostly hit South Carolina and just like peter out to a tropical storm by the time it got to me. Follow them around. Yeah, I mean, you just get used to it living there. Everything's just kind of like built to withstand hurricanes anyway. So every once in a while you get really bad ones. That's just the case with any place that you live, really. Yeah, I had. We get bad tornadoes here, and bad flooding in the Midwest. Very rarely we also get really bad snowstorms in the winter. We get a little bit of every.
Were you singing just then?
Yes, a farewell song from the people of Renacita. We usually sing it when a friend is about to leave.
Yeah, I really like this character.
During that battle, I never got to say goodbye or mourn their passing. And before my memories came back, I wasn't sure if I was worthy of paying them my respects. So now, even though I know these are just lingering frequencies, and they might not understand me, I want to say goodbye properly and thank them. Do you think I'm fooling myself?
No. I'm sure they can feel what's in your heart. I'm not just saying that to comfort you. I believe it's possible. I once saw two friends, one who was already dead, reconcile with each other from within a sonorosphere.
Fall back to a previous
When
patch?
frequencies
No
are
way.
concentrated in one place, it's possible that the reverberations could still carry traces of human will.
Meaning?
They might still be able to hear and feel. Your voice, your goodbyes, your feelings. It could have reached them. After all, these frequencies are strong enough to manifest in the real world.
Really?
They haven't made a move against us. They must still remember you. Which means they can probably hear you too.
I'm glad.
I am capped on my bit rate, according to Twitch.
No. If they can still hear and feel,
I'm glad that it is coming
then the
through.
time for goodbyes hasn't come.
I gotta put
I
this
need to
graphics
give them
card
a
for
real
be used
victory.
for something.
You can ease up a little. As long as their obsession holds and the sonorosphere stays intact, they won't vanish.
Pretty much every other game that I
Held by
play
obsession till relieved
is
of duty.
like 15 years old, so it doesn't require much.
Cardathia?
Except for the new Monster Hunter.
Nothing. Just a stray thought.
New Monster
Hey,
Hunter
since we know you don't carry any blame,
beats my graphics card
should I
up.
call you Cardathia or Fleur de Lis?
Cardathia. Yes. Cardathia will do.
Final Fantasy 14. I played that MMO.
I want to stay here
My
for a moment.
friends from Final Fantasy
Will you
14
keep me company?
that I do all the hard content with, hornswoggled me into playing WoW. So I do play WoW a bit, but only whenever they're on. Not by myself. I don't particularly like WoW, but it's fun to play with friends. New Monster Hunter. And I play some other gacha game. I have a lot of gacha games on my rotation. Honkai Star Rail. I've my whale account, one that I actually spend on, or did. I don't anymore because there's no point. And then I have a free account in the Asia servers. Play WuWa, obviously. Play ZZZ. Some of my other friends convinced me to play Girls Frontline 2. I see the problem with Genshin,
Morning, Cardathia.
and it's something that I kind of wish that I would have kept up with, because I played Genshin when it came out, right? And I was like, nah, I'm not really into map games, because I don't really like map games. Where it's just like, here's a big map, go explore,
Today is the day we
find
settle this.
all of these little useless things, and
Let's do it.
Whatever. I usually get pretty burnt out on them pretty quickly. And surely there's a treasure chest. So I was just like, I quit it whenever it came out, like not too long into it. Like I hadn't even beaten the first area. And this game's really pretty. And then I came back because I was like, oh, I really like the design of Navia. So I came back to like grind out a bunch of primos to get Navia, which I did. And then I was just like, oh, I can't wait to play this character. And then couldn't level the character because all of her stuff is not in Mondstadt to like upgrade her. You had to get the Fontaine. So I just quit again. I did give it a pretty significant try. I tried very hard to stay to try and push through. I got through all of like the 2.0 stuff. Like I went through like the Raiden Mei stuff and all that. Then I got to Sumeru and I was just like, I was just burnt out because I went really hard to build primos to get Navia.
I wonder how Cantarella's doing.
And I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just like, nah, I think I'm good with this.
Wait.
So now a friend that I play Final Fantasy with,
Did you call to say good morning?
she still plays Genshin, so I think I'm just gonna use her as like a story filter, so I don't have to play the game, but I can still enjoy it.
I just wanted to know how you're doing.
Ah, so you do care. Good to know my efforts weren't wasted.
She hung up.
Like I said, I just don't particularly like map games. Like WuWa, I'm
Everyone shows
okay
kindness
with,
in their own way.
mostly because like they have like the like exploration thing at the top, so I can like really target what I want to go for, and it feels a lot more digestible of a giant map game. And also like I'm not like going around and like farming materials and all that stuff. So I'm certainly pacing myself better on this game than I do with most map games. But also, like, I'm playing other games instead of this, so I'm just...
Wind, guide me.
I could see myself getting burnt out on this very quickly.
That painting.
Cadento!
He's not who you think he is.
Okay, don't attack the front.
The end has come. I sense your weakness.
Let's finish rebuilding the waterway.
I'm I'm alright with it so far.
Identical to the last one, but we have to remove the shackles.
The last patch was pretty rough for someone like me because it was of course it's not available. It was the whole like fishing area where they basically were just like, people like Dave the Diver, let's just play that game or whatever.
My obsession.
Something like that.
Cadento,
And so I was, I had to spend time like setting aside time,
moment of resonance.
Go and do it and not lose out on materials because I just wasn't.
I'm going to break the chains.
I just was not into it, really.
Wait, I have an idea.
This one is more my speed, where it's like, here's some story. Which I'm a story Andy. Even like the smallest bit of story.
Same as before.
Watch out!
I'm a big, as long as it's not like
The
a
hour is
story
upon
thing.
us.
I don't really mind that, as long as I'm getting some good lore.
I sense your weakness.
And the good thing too is most of it is voice acted that I'm getting.
No hesitation.
Another big problem that I have with Genshin is just the absolute wall of text that you get. I hate Paimon. I egregiously hate Paimon. Maybe not too egregiously. He's a yapper, dude. Paimon is a
Leave
yapper.
it to me. Coming back faster each time.
No.
Strike from the shadows.
Do you not have just 45 things that sit a mile away and shoot arrows at me?
The end has come. No hesitation. Keep it together.
Yeah, it's a real, like, volume down moment. Which is, once again, just, I like story. That's generally what keeps me interested in stuff.
Leave it to me.
Watch out!
But you gotta do it, like, in a way that doesn't. It's this thing that's going on that's
Strike from the shadows.
this half circle.
I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us. Strike from the shadows.
He's finally been freed.
There. Now I can smash that statue back in.
The morph painting over there should allow us to reach the highest point.
Okay. Not that Door of Unity, but a different one? Sure. Sure thing, bud. Oh, I'm being kidnapped by aliens. Thanks for stopping by. It has been a pleasure to talk to you. Well, see you in the future.
Did you
Better
know that
jest.
go well?
Cadento was my first echo after I joined the Order. When I stood against the Thelodian, he took a mortal blow next to me and fell to the dark tide. I The sword
Beating my
you
ass.
is a tacit discord.
But he still recognized the sword and was still trying to protect it.
Altium was my saber. I practiced with it often in sparring sessions with Cadanto. Looks like he's still trapped in
It was a
past.
fucking mimic, bro. That is great.
No hesitation.
Game, please just let me turn around. I spent that time in the last patch leveling up my gondola. Extra speed. Let me keep it.
We must finish this and free Cadanto.
He's back again.
Hey, Cadanto.
I sense your weakness.
Why are you so cool with it?
Strike from the shadows. The end has come. Keep it together. No hesitation. A moment of resonance.
Failed training broadsword.
He's a tough cookie. I want to eat. Huh?
I'll handle this.
Giga Jed. Big Cadanto fans here.
Please, allow him to fight at your side.
Heavy attack bonus. Interesting. Good morning, Mans. That is fine. I'm hoping to get this story done soon. But if I don't, probably cut off and go get those donuts that I was talking about.
Fleur-de-Lis, wilt thou return to me?
Someone must expose your lies. As long as there is a sliver of hope, I will not give up.
Is that so? Then I shall reveal the truth. Fleur-de-Lis, why dost thou resonate with me?
What?
Why dost thou hear into the minds of the faithful? Why dost thou act as my oracle? All this, and yet thou dost not question.
Shut up!
The answer is this. Fleur-de-Lis, thou art my creation. I made thee, thy life, thy hopes, thy will, thy past.
Kinda rude.
All that thou art, I made whole. I made perfect. I fed upon the trust, adoration, and longing heaped upon thee by the masses. Thy resonance brought forth the second dark tide.
She did a proper horror scream.
What? Those clashing frequencies just calm down. That feels way better.
Looks like Abby settled down. It seems we were both affected. I'm starting to remember everything, just like you sensed I would. The force that modulated the Sentinel and Threnodian's frequencies came from me. No, it wasn't what I originally intended. I think having you take it from here may be for the best. This crown, it turned into what it is after the Dark Tide came. This is what the Threnodian uses to control its resonator. When the Threnodian unleashed the second Dark Tide, I, as the Cartathea you see before you, split the part of myself that wished to live after seeing the corruption that stood before me. I chose to be broken from the very beginning to escape the Threnodian's inevitable grasp. You see, when I destroyed the Threnodian that had taken over the Sentinel's body, it immediately began to assimilate into Fleur-de-Lis. She was the part of me that was left after I split myself. The Threnodian's endless whispers and screeches are slow. That's why she had no choice but to split her power's frequencies. But using such resonance abilities came at a We don't have much time left. So, you see, I have been instinctively searching for someone to wield that power. All that was given, possessed, or taken by the false divinity. This is how I intend to lay the false, not just its life, but its very existence for all time. Fleur-de-Lis. The part of me I left behind. Bound by obsession. Today, the part of me that wishes to live on will vanish. Will you accompany me one last time? Seems like I won't get a chance to apologize to Cantarella. Her preparations were futile. Please, tell her I'm sorry. This was where everything started. The origin of the second dark tide.
Training broadsword.
I have one final request. Now that you have the power to split and merge energy, there is something only you can do. Please, use the connection I still share with Fleur-de-Lis to bring the last fragments of her tortured consciousness here. Then, with your power, remake us as one, and finally release us from this world. That way, the Threnodian will remain trapped forever in a lifeless shell, unable to return to this world. I have lived my life to the fullest. I would like the ones who are left to do so as well. Cartathea has had her wish fulfilled. Now, it's Fleur-de-Lis's turn. She seeks self-destruction, to end the divinity, and with it, her torment. She has lost all hope and believes that no rescue is possible. Remaking us as one is the only way I can think of to fulfill her wish. Or rather, I was born to this world cursed. The Threnodian intended for me to live as a threat to others, but the puppet born of its wickedness will become the prison that seals its fate. I shall be whole again, true to myself at last. A fitting end, don't you think? I have reached my final destination. One last swan song, and then the lights go out.
I understand.
Thank you. And forgive me.
What? Letterbox?
I can't hold it any longer!
Why are you doing this? Neither Cartathea nor Fleur-de-Lis should continue to exist.
Damn, girl, value your life.
Don't go.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Not even whole, yet still ever so determined.
Cantarella.
Phone brought me here. I'd have shown myself earlier. But it didn't seem like the right time to interrupt. Looks like what I prepared could still be put to good use.
Turvin.
The Sentinel's Sword. It will help you resist the Threnodian's attack.
What's inside?
To pass the divine trials, every potential maiden must resonate with the Sentinel through Turvin. Those who survive receive fragments of truth, but at a cost. Memories lost in varying degrees. The lost memories fall into this sonorosphere, each carrying faint traces of the Sentinel's power, the power within those fragments of truth. Turvin absorbs this energy. The Sentinel's energy flows through you. You are more than worthy of wielding this sword. But you, Cartathea, you alone must choose to wield it. Only then will it become the Blessed Maiden's sword.
Does it also hold the sacrifice you made?
No, my sacrifice was used up long ago. At the time I resonated with the Sentinel, I saw you through their distorted eyes. Or rather, I saw Fleur-de-Lis battling the Threnodian. In that moment, I made a sacrifice that would shift the balance of power.
Was it?
The energy I received from the Sentinel's second awakening. I split it from myself and offered it back to the Sentinel so they could, for a moment, regain control of their body. Only by doing this could Fleur-de-Lis seize the moment to kill the already tainted Sentinel. So, the real Blessed Maiden is dead. But there is no reason why the false Blessed Maiden cannot herself become the true Blessed Maiden, is there? A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
Thank you. In spite of my curse, my life of hardship, I must still save what is true.
Had you not stopped the second dark tide? Well, it is we who should be thanking you. At least you can't accuse me of ingratitude. I just need a moment's rest. Apologies, but they're doing something rather important. Please? Do give them some privacy.
Abby?
Yeah. Yep, I get it. We're gonna yoink Leviathan out.
You've been playing for 3 hours. Please don't forget to take a break. You can't control me.
Come to me, mighty god killer.
Why am I in Havoc? But why is she doing arrow damage to me? It's clearly water themed right now.
Last chance.
Just copying my ass.
You are much weaker.
What is this? Dude, she's aura farming me.
To save you!
End me. I will end you.
What is going on?
You would betray yourself.
No.
Black
This
string
is
white
not
text.
betrayal.
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be alright.
This. Imperators. No. Your own power. Useless. As long as I can save the person in front of me, I am not useless. No retreat. At least break, damn it! I tried everything. How could this be? Again, I failed. I'm sorry.
Not the training broad blade.
This warm light must not fade. Take my power, my blessings, my past. Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together. Righteous one.
Okay.
One more time. Bad timing.
Waves rise. Judgment strikes! Purging all evil. Tempest of slashes. The wicked. Wind rises. I am the Tempest! Annihilation! Wind howls.
I get my
Unfettered by bounds! The wicked.
my ultimate really
will
quickly.
face judgment! Waves rise. Judgment strikes! Down with the curtain.
Funny that I have a team full of just me.
The show begins. You will obey.
One with the sound swift and resolute. The end has come.
Wind calls, waves follow. The wicked will face judgment. I am the Tempest!
Bad timing.
Tempest of slashes. Wind howls. Unfettered by...
An interesting scene. I think it's kind of cool that I got to play as all three rovers in a single fight. Why am I using the training broad blade? The whole point of getting the new special sword. There we go. we're just killing. We actually went for it.
Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together.
The frequency in her body is already...
Arbiter, despair not, for all is not lost.
Oh, loading screen. Okay, what are we getting? Audience with the actual Sentinel? Finally?
Arbiter, forgive me for meeting thee in such a form.
Imperator, I thought you...
I safeguarded my core data, lest I be wholly assimilated. Arbiter, dost thou remember the covenant we made? Soon thou shalt recall all. Thou didst desire that I uncover the Threnodian's true nature. So, I set forth a condition. That my root privileges be unbound.
With unrestricted access?
Merge with Leviathan. A measure of last resort. At the time, I had no other recourse. So, I allowed it to believe it had prevailed. The Threnodian is a taint upon civilization. Only by partaking of its...
So? What did you learn?
The Threnodian cannot be undone, while civilization endureth. But we may yet...
What role does Cardathia play?
When Leviathan merged with me, it breached my mind. I offered knowledge of the Resonator, yet concealed one small truth. Beings such as we may bear but a single Resonator. The Threnodian used my return pod to conceive an entity known as Fleur-de-Lis to make her. After centuries of failure, by sheer trial, it found success, but we were of one body. Therefore, when Fleur-de-Lis became... But mark this well. To the Sentinel, a Resonator is an anchor. To the Threnodian.
What made you decide to leave Turvin with the Phasaelius?
When first I did merge with the Threnodian, I sought only but to bide, awaiting after Fleur-de-Lis's conception, Cantarella. But had Fleur-de-Lis fallen to the Threnodian's sway, as long as one mortal using Turvin, then the law that no being shall bear more than one Resonator at a time This would rend asunder the frequencies of I, Imperator, Leviathan. Such was my intention.
Not all journey toward a final destination. Some take my energy. I will find a way out myself. I trust this will serve to pave the way for...
She forfeited all the power of the Second Awakening, surrendering it. With that newfound power, I did briefly regain control, and in that moment...
But that wasn't your original plan.
No. It was an unexpected... a plan I could not have conceived. Perhaps this is the influence humanity has wrought upon me. To change is to be free. Fleur-de-Lis overcame the fate Leviathan ordained, and so too did Cantarella walk a path unscribed in my records. Though the journey was fraught with twists, we stand victorious.
I don't know if the end justifies the means.
Arbiter, was I wrong?
I can't speak for what I wasn't a part of. You did what you could in that moment. Anyone still standing because of it doesn't get to judge.
Arbiter, in the few moments we have left...
Call her Cardathea. How do you intend to bring her back?
Remnants of her frequency linger within thy tacit mark. So long as a conduit is established, her frequency shall be reborn into her body. Me. This dying breeze hath little time left. Let it guide her on its final journey. Arbiter, one question remains. Did I fulfill the charge set upon me? Arbiter, take these words to the Phasaelius. From this day forth, you are free. Cardathea, awaken.
You are...
I am Imperator, a being that owes you a great debt. I have a question I wish to ask thee. Dost thou rage at how life has unfolded? Dost thou renounce faith or hold resentment? If thou wishes to forget, I can erase the past from thy memory.
Such memories do bring me pain, but that is evidence of their truth. Without the truth, I would not have had the strength to carry on. The truth is a beacon in the maelstrom of my life. And I would rather suffer for it and rejoice in it than abandon it to blissful ignorance. I am true to myself. Please, don't make me forget who I am.
I have heard thy wish.
If I go, you will be one step closer to perfection.
No. If you do that, I wouldn't be me. To deny my own self and my experiences means any perfection I reach will be hollow. I would be heartless.
Thou hast need of divinity no longer. Though my power hath waned, I now offer thee my blessings. Let the winds of the past depart. The ships of this new era no longer need their guidance. Though the tide's rage is endless, humanity shall embark upon new voyages. No longer shall scroll and prophecy bind, but thy will shall forge a new era. Cartathea, thou art worthy to bear the title of Blessed Maiden.
Righteous one. I have never seen you look as gentle as you did during our fight.
Let me ask you this one more time. Should I call you Cartathea or Fleur de Lis?
I want to say that it doesn't matter. But since you first met me as Cartathea, that is who I shall be.
Very well. Cartathea.
I thought I saw the Sentinel just now. So where are they? What do we do now? I can't return to Raguna as Fleur de Lis, and I need not serve divinity anymore. Who I was, and my past aspirations, are all gone. I feel empty. Not a bad idea, but right now, I don't want to think about anything. I'll stay here for a while longer. Is that all right?
The one who defies hath banished herself to the High Tower, cleansing the remnants of the Dark Tide. Yet, she knew not that the Dark Tide would never recede. She shall prove the most loyal servant to divinity.
You are wrong! Humanity has its flaws, and you've exploited our weaknesses. But we shall not go down without a fight!
You You are no longer whole. You are not the perfect creation I conceived. Be that as it may, how long shall thy resolve endure?
The righteous will always rise to defeat evil. I will defeat you, and await my own defeat. Whoever it is, the tide of resistance never ceases. False divinity, suffer my disobedience! I cannot fall now. No wall is impregnable. Humanity has its flaws, exploited by the Threnodian. But we shall not go down without a fight. The waves of resistance shall never cease. Mankind will not be oppressed by the Threnodian. Now, be free. Light, come hither! Make way for your destroyer. Come to me. Mighty God Killer.
Rad.
Righteous One, please keep what happened between us. Yes, I know what I want to do now. I want
She
to
got
surpass you.
shoes.
You're strong. Stronger than me. You could defy my wishes, ignore my pleas. But if one day you find yourself in a similar predicament to mine, your bond with the Sentinel is now a bond with me. You were their arbiter, and they were your helper. I want to be more than someone who works on trifles, like harmonizing the frequencies between you and
Hey, I'm more than a trifle. Wait.
Should the day come when you find yourself in a similar predicament to mine, I'd need to defy your wishes, ignore your pleas, defeat you, and be... If that were to ever happen, wouldn't I need great power to set you right, just like how you set me right? Would you deny me the chance to return the favor? Since I swore to be your blade, it follows that I must hone myself.
Right now, you're less a blessed maiden.
Well, my one creed is to be true to myself. I am rather headstrong. A knight. Yes, perhaps I'll be a knight-errant. That does sound... But, truthfully, so much of this world feels unfamiliar to me now. Then it is agreed. One last thing. You should speak with Cantarella. I'll go later.
So you haven't forgotten me. I shouldn't put my guest on the spot. Moving on. How is Cartithea?
She needs time.
Understandable. Her transition back to mortal life. Now, I suppose I should
What's this?
Blood Pact's pledge. A symbol of the unbreakable pact. Each head of the family is entitled to one. And, oh, you vanquished the Threnodian. and brought peace. Consider this a token of gratitude.
Is that the only one?
You wish for more? Or is there something else you'd have me do? Oh. Do you intend to mediate between the two families? Tiresome feuds rarely last between two formidable, but alas, there is only so much light. Some branches greedily. Disagreements lie not only between families, but also. How fortunate I now find myself with time to fix. If you're interested, I'd gladly teach you how to care for a family such as ours.
Before I forget, Imperator left a message.
Tell me. I'm ready.
From this day forth, you are free.
I'll remember that.
Will you tell the others?
I've spent so long preparing for this day. A few more will hardly make a difference.
I'll take my leave then.
More tea before you go.
An arrow damage buff. I see. Very interesting.
I will be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
I genuinely don't even remember how to change. Into. I think I've still have one for Havoc Rover.
I will be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Oh yeah, you go here. Haven't leveled it once. It's like a pure support class. Yeah, he's got healing bonus and everything. Interesting. Interesting. My real question is this. Upgrade it. Swap back to Spectro. Do I have to swap the weapon again? I hope not. Hmm.
The wicked will face judgment. The wicked will face judgment.
Okay.
The wicked will face judgment. Waves rise. Judgment strikes!
Oh. Very interesting. Oh, is this like a another go explore and get picked thing? Why is I got a single pull? It gave me no. Berry. All right. Oh, story done. Companion story later. I'm gonna go get donuts, I think. I've been thinking about them for a few days. So, friends, I'm gonna put a stop to it here. Until next time. See you.